want to start off with this before I get into the new Q drops, because an Anon had put this up on 8chan, and I think this is pretty well said. He sums everything up really well, and I think this will make everybody understand the plan a little bit better. If the report came out unredacted, that would be the worst thing for our cause. So too would have POTUS immediately order everything to be declassified. Here's how this needs to and will play out. Redaction clearly demonstrates to the normies that the Black Cats are trying desperately to cover their crimes. Rod Rosenstein will show Americans that he is covering for himself and his cronies. Our job is to meme, tweet, Facebook, and blow up social media with demands that our president exercise the power to allow Congress, especially the Freedom Caucus, to see everything. We also must demand that we all get to see everything, as long as it doesn't compromise national security. When the timing is right and we've whipped a good part of the normies into a frenzy, POTUS can then declass. Once declassified, everyone can then compare both documents side by side. This affords us the opportunity to extract only the redacted information, which contains all the naughty bits the Black Cats are trying to hide. Lastly, this process isolates President from the libtards and the crooked mainstream media for leading his own witch hunt, because the public demanded the unredacted version. It wasn't his idea. Nod, nod, wink, wink. The giant landmine Q sidestepped by using a 3-step process was controlling the public perception of POTUS. The R Party, the tough nut to swallow, fact that the highest officers of our 3-letter agencies were corrupt and colluded. And this will eventually tie everything back to Hillary, Hussein, Bush, Cheney, Rumsfeld, Daddy Bush, etc. Have you ever read a really good but lengthy novel? Remember getting down to the last 20 pages or so and purposely setting it aside for a couple of days to savor the ending? Well, me too. Anons, don't be in a rush for immediate justice. If you do, you'll be rushing through the most delightful epic tale ever told. Relax, sit back, munch some popcorn, sip your beverage, and enjoy the show. First drops we have says access kills. POTUS in good spirits today. Morning strolls are refreshing. 2.5 hours Q. Picture of one of the Google bikes. Next thing is we have a picture of a Google Guest Pass and the bike. So apparently Q or somebody in this operation was at Google today, and that's important. So we've got another one here with the pass, and the next one is an Anon that says, so what happens in 2.5 hours? Q says, think meeting yesterday. Well, part of the meeting in the IG report brought up some information about Gmails. So now that gives us an opportunity and a reason to go into Google and seize these private emails. So then he comes back to his access kills, Gmail drafts. That was Anon. And he responds, what came out of the IG report? JC Gmail, James Clapper. Or either James Clapper or Comey. Could be unnumbered. They all had them. Reread drops private emails convincing Hillary, convicting themselves. Why did the entire Hussein administration use private emails? Eric Schmidt is the key, and if you don't know who he is the owner or CEO of Google. What a wonderful day, Q. So Q was there getting all of this information right here. And this is all of the way that they were trying to avoid security and protocol to communicate back and forth. So we now have a reason to go in, which we have, and collect all of these emails. A The next one is another Anon replying to image of POTUS taking a morning stroll. Another Q proof. And then Q says, "We do try. Have a wonderful weekend. Trust in your president." And then this is all the tweets that Donald put out today. Q post about morning stroll came out after the president's tweet. How is that proof? Check timestamp: 18 stroll, 32 POTUS, 55 Q. Now I know some Anons have done the math and that everything comes out to where this is actual Q proof. Once again, like you didn't need more after Q taking a picture in the back of Secret Service vehicle. I thought that was pretty hilarious. You know, not just any crazy dude's going to come in and take photographs for the website. Q. I know confirming the Q proofs is going to be tough and will also flood Brett. We need some type of guidance. What should we have ready? I know you work for us, USA, but we Anons work for you. Tell us what needs to be ready. We'll inspect, review. Marine One proves forthcoming. Air Force One inside thereafter. More and more. So I think some pretty undeniable proofs are going to be coming out here soon, just to make it easier for people to believe the other few proofs that we have. Make them a little more understandable, because some of them are pretty complex. Now we have a picture of Manafort behind bars. President ribs FBI scum drug report. Anon says, will POTUS and Q allow Manafort to suffer the wrath of the cabal for helping POTUS and the good guys? Plants need water. Now, I went to the chan and I saw one of the Anons that said something pretty well. He said that we don't want him dead, and he isn't necessarily a flight risk, but he's a hanging from doorknob risk. So he's probably safer where he's at, and he has information on other people. Then we have a repost, which I think is pretty funny. It looks like they're holding hands, but there's a question that was photoshopped. But the importance is about this guy. And Q responds, have you identified other person? Search Hussein admin. No facial hair. Obtain name. Cross with FBI secretary clearance or SEC clearance. No. Why origin Q? Well, I've been on and I haven't quite figured out who he is. So if you know, please put it down in the comments. But my favorite theory right now is that is Valerie Carey. And I think that would be hilarious if that was her, but I don't know. Nothing is possible to me now. Nothing surprises me anymore. So the next one is a response to that response. Why are Hussein records sealed? Is this unusual or very unusual? Why did 42 Hussein admin staff FBI bypass no background check? IT scandal A1, and that's going to become Awan, the brothers that tried to smuggle information out, left the computer where our New York Police Department found, and I think that was even stolen since, or went missing, I should say. But I think we've got all the information we need. Access to classified emails, summary SEC meetings, notes, briefings, etc., with no FBI background checks or clearance. Purpose? Packy leak. Muslim Brotherhood infiltration, which is exactly what it was. IG report and HRC email handling means little. Keep your eyes on the ball. POTUS is not going through this for nothing. Watch the video again, the speech that President will get elected. I've seen it a couple of times, and it's pretty good. I like it a lot. There is so much evil and corruption, it's horrifying. We owe it to our children, Q. And he's right, that's what a lot of these people are worried about more than anything, or what's going on with the kids. Now here's a list of everybody that was in his administration, and when I have a little time, I'm going to go through all of that and see if I can't line that up with this guy. And he says, search forum post, state, face important. And it says, wire Hussein records sealed. Unusual, well, we've already noted that. So he replies to that. Note, CF, Clinton Foundation, children drop in the IG report. And I thought that was the most important thing that I saw, because it directs them to them doing some bad thing, or at least it insinuates that there was something going on that involved children. So as the mainstream media, at least anybody else but Fox, is trying to focus on one aspect of it, which really didn't matter at all, there was a lot more important stuff that was in there. And I want you to keep in mind that nobody from the Democratic Party had time to read this thing. These were pre-prepared narratives, and they probably still haven't read it because they already know what's in it. Official document statement, the beginning, not all are awake, Q. And that's what we're doing now, is we're trying to at least get people to wake up a little bit, to come out of that slumber just enough to get interested in researching this other stuff. And that's what we're going to need to do right now. It's very important. First, we need to make sure that we let everybody know to go sign a petition of getting the IG report released 100% unredacted, and that we are able to view it. It's important that we stay on top of, let everybody know about all these other open investigations as well, and releasing our Q proofs first, because people are going to need to believe Q before they can start listening to what's going on. So all these people that have been making videos all this time already have stuff ready to go for these people to come in and research and understand what's going on with everything without having to spend all their time doing it. The thing is we need to use all the other platforms like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and everything else to make sure people understand that Q is legit. And I think more evidence is going to be coming out that's a little easier to understand first, so that when they see the other stuff, they'll have no question and start understanding what's going on. And hopefully that red rope will come. But that is what we need to focus on. So I'm going to see if there's anything else popped up. I guess that's it for now. So once again, I want to thank you for joining us, and I'm sorry this is a rather lazy video. I'm working on another video right now, making a diary, or Patriot's diary, out of leather. I'm going to go through the whole process, and then I'm going to show it to you guys so that you maybe will get into it yourself. So I wanted to do something that was a little bit different. Just sometimes it's nice to take our minds off of this stuff. And I figured that was one thing I wanted to add to my overall show, but my show just ended up being way too long to do what I wanted to. So I'm going to do little pieces bit in there, my survival area, and then a couple other things. So I want everybody to have a good night, and thank you again for watching another episode of Fortnite Patriots.